Okay. Hello everyone and welcome back to another stream. So, since the last time I have not really did I vlog the last time while I was lining Caleb and Xavier? I do not remember. I think I did. And Tourbox is not on. At least one thing isn't functional when I start these things. But I'm going to work a little bit on Xavier before I start coloring him in because I do want to thicken up some of his lines a little bit more. So we're going to work on Xavier for a bit and let's go ahead and get started. I have audio on. Okay, hot mess. That's how we usually start these things. So let's just hop in here and I mentioned this during one of the vlogs, or it's either the vlog I'm working on right now, that I kind of don't like how the heads are kind of rounded, especially with Caleb, because with his, it almost feels a little bit on the flat side. So I'm going to do a little bit of touch up on the line art. So that's what I'm going to work on right now. I'm going to leave my phone somewhere visible so I can keep an eye on the chat. Give the chat. No, I can't. Okay. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get started. Did I open Caleb? No, I did not open Caleb. Far brain not found. Okay, so yeah, I think with this one, it's just, I think Caleb's will be the easiest one to address first because my issue with his is this area right here. I'm going to, yeah. Need a larger pen and need to change the color of the pen. I need the Chibi. So I think I want to follow this line a little bit more. We're gonna go with not get too far. And then yeah. Okay, at least it's a little bit better than what it was earlier. I think we're gonna leave it at that. And let me do Xavier really quickly. Xavier, I just feel like needs thicker lines. I think I was using the wrong pen tool when I was lining him last week because a lot of his lines feel a little on the thin side. And I know there are certain areas I do want to touch up a little bit more with Xavier. Yeah, that's how I know the Also, I'm just streaming on YouTube because I was running into like a few issues on TikTok Live last week, and I'm just, I don't know. It just feels weird since the migration and they swapped ownership, so I'm gonna let them figure their shit out, so. Yeah, that ain't right. Yeah, no, nope. Okay, I see what's wrong with this one. I'm pretty sure I used the wrong pen when I was lining last week because I'm beginning to see the difference in. I almost want to redo Xavier really quickly. Like, I genuinely want to redo Xavier really quickly right now. I'm just gonna go ahead, hide his line art, and I'm gonna start over really quick. Let me just draw in his mouth. Yeah, I think I'm gonna redo Xavier's line art because there's something about it that it just doesn't feel right. Caleb doesn't feel like he suffers from the same issue. Hold on. That pen could very well be too big right now too. Yeah, pen's a little on the large side. Yeah, but I think Caleb is closer to the line thickness I need. I still need to draw in his hands. Okay, I'm gonna redo Xavier really quickly, and because I feel like I can do him better. Which I'm on a time crunch, which like me getting picky about my art is like this is not the most optimal time to be doing that. I'm gonna go ahead and focus on the red, do it over the red sketch. Lip is gonna get fixed in a minute. Just need to get my brain. Okay, I think I'm just gonna redo his mouth in general. Stabilization. Turn on just by speed. Yeah, I think I was using the wrong pen last week. Got that. And his hair, I know for me was a point, like, okay, I'm gonna focus on one thing at a time before I scatter myself to the point I get overwhelmed. And feel like that's too much voting. The other thing I also need to do is I need to try out that Yeti mic because it's still been sitting in my room. I haven't gotten the chance to take it out and play with it. Ugh. Okay. That's his mask. Okay. His hair. Definitely his lines are looking a lot better now. I'll add his mouth later. His neck. He's looking a lot better already. Although I know I am intentionally avoiding his hair. uh, it's like, do you ever like it's sometimes you just have that one part of the drawing that you are actively avoiding. So instead of working on it and getting it out of the way, you just work on other elements within the piece. I remember one time I was working on this haiku collaboration with my friend Liza, and it was funny because I'd message her every so often, and we were doing a New Year's collab for Daichi's birthday, And the funny thing is, I would repeatedly message her like throughout several points during the drawing saying, doing X, Y, and Z because I'm still trying to avoid drawing in the lamp. Oh, that lamp. Eventually it got done. It was like the last thing that got done, but it got done. But yeah, sometimes I feel like you have like that one part in a piece that you are just actively avoiding, so you do everything in your power to like leave it to the very end, and then like you resent the fact that you left it to the very end because you still don't want to work on it. For me, that's Xavier's hair right now. Okay. Is there anything else in this suit? Okay. Just kind of want to add like a little bit more dimension to that. I'm gonna thicken up the line in a moment. And let me thicken up the line a little bit up here, just a little more. And let me erase a little bit of here. Okay. Like that's not do thing here. And for the moon, I'm gonna do something similar where we no, I don't like that little weird. Okay, this keychain is there. Now the other thing I'm going to be avoiding is a sword. I want to do the sword less than I want to do the hair, so sword is probably going to be the thing left for last. I've got a fat little chicken drumstick here. The sound kind of looks like a drumstick. I'm gonna do something real quick. There we go. And okay. Trying to remember what to do. The ankle protrudes from the other side. Probably not going to bring as much of attention to the ankle, to be honest. Just keep the shape simple. Why is this chair so... I have to be open. Xavier, too many layers, Xavier. I should really open LADs and look at the actual construction of this costume because I don't think that thing tucks into its belt. It looks like it's being held up by something. Yeah, he's got like a little thing here holding up. Good thing I circled back and decided to reline him because that's a detail I would have missed. I have to say, some of these myths, I question how a lot of the fabrics drape. And there's a beauty in complexity, but sometimes I'm left questioning, like, how does this outfit even work? Like, I need a cosplayer to explain to me how Xavier's outfit, and Zane's for that matter, works. Oh shit, that's not what I meant. Whee. It's good enough. Also, one thing I learned from my geometry teacher when I was in 10th grade, that if you want to draw a straightish line, just kind of, you don't want to keep an eye on where your pencil is at. You want to keep an eye like constantly ahead of the point. So, yeah, there's some hand-eye coordination involved in that. So the word I need to draw. Can't ignore it forever. Even though I kind of want to. It's like the only costume where I actually drew a weapon. I still also need to draw in Caleb's wing thingies. It's just kind of thicky. Oh, eraser. And I'm gonna just go ahead and keep that line. Okie dokie, Xavier. Your little cape thingy is done. I think that wraps up his outfit. Now it's just gonna be his hair, which I will go ahead and do in a separate layer in the case I mess up. And I need a, oh, I still need a, okay. I still need to do a lot of things. Get out of the eraser. Better. feel like that's a little too shaggy. Okay, I think his hair is looking okay. Need Xavier forward view. Yeah, okay. Move your hair out of this chair. It'll wipe it down. I don't know why it's so sticky. Still have issues with this side. Okay. Okay. I nearly panicked because I'm just like, oh shoot, did I just erase? No, I did not. The answer is no, I did not. I don't think his hair really. Oh, jeez. I don't think his hair really goes down this far down. So if we can get this sharp edge a little bit more. There we go. part. Yeah, I don't know, but Xavier's hair is just giving me the hardest time for some reason. I still need to do the setup set, which I don't think I'll be able to do any better, but yeah, like, mm, mm. So you know, like that should be extending. Okay. Okay. Yeah. For the love of what was his hair gives me such a hard time for some reason. Is my okay? No, my mic's still working. Just gotta do a quick. Yeah, we're still working. His hair. Okay, just do a little bit more of this number. I don't know why I want to scream release the Kraken. That is a pen. That is also a pen. I got my letters confused. We'll see if I'll be able to erase this with no issue. Do that yet. But my mind is like going a mile an hour. Like I'm drawing, but it's just I don't know. But in the past 5 minutes, my internal monologue has gone from thinking about the Shield of Sparrows. Yeah, the Shield of Sparrows. And then for some reason it hopped to my mom and the fact that sometimes she talks with sound effects. I don't know. My brain is just, my internal monologue right now is a scrambled mess. Oh yeah, and there's also I think you guys can pick up on the humming, but Dragula has been stuck in my head. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. Like where is, I don't know where my brain is exactly. My internal monologue is my internal monologue is in shambles. Jesus, what is happening inside my head right now? It's like, I bet you it's everything so that it doesn't, because it doesn't want to focus in on Xavier's hair. Like, I guarantee you, it's going through like 500 different thoughts, all because it just doesn't want to do Xavier's hair, even though, like, I don't know. I don't know what my brain is doing right now. All I know is that it's not enjoying Xavier's hair. I am going to start erasing some details from the face, at least the ones that overlap with the hair, without erasing parts of the lines that are important. Hopefully, well, that needs to go. And I'm gonna go ahead and add one little strand here to just close off this. And oh no, wait, that needs to stay. And what I'm gonna do next is I'm just gonna draw a line through here and then erase it for the rest of the mask. Okay, Xavier is looking a lot better than he was earlier. And now I want custard. Like frozen custard. Okay, yeah, that's a lot better. I need to draw in his sword now. Oh wait, I still need to draw in his mouth. No one asked what that was. Oddly enough, I think that works on over whatever I was going to do. Okay. So gotta do the sword. No one asked what that was just now. Ignore I even did that. Old MacDonald had a farm. Okay, hand was simple enough. Now, what does your sword look like, sir? My brain needs to get a hold of itself. Like, literally, what was that train of thought just now? Yeah, his sword is just a rapier, isn't it? Yay, it's just a stick! Somebody get my brain. Somebody, like, please put. Somebody just please put my brain on a leash. Jesus Christ, I needed to focus. It's just a stick. And now it's singing My Friend Steve. It's you and me and you. It's just you. How does that song go? Something, something, and your friend Steve. Do, Steve. There's so many things I want to do. It just doesn't feel like there's enough time for all of it. I still need to prepare for the market in May. And I'm starting to think of what I'm gonna do because I could always do like a DIY display, but with everything I need to get done, I don't think I want to do the DIY route. And right now, I'm thinking if I'm gonna do more like conventions and markets in the future, might not be a bad idea to just begin investing in a lot of like the cube displays and I think I'm gonna use a smaller thinner line. It's not gonna hurt to start investing in a lot of like the actual things I need for more like nicer looking displays instead of making everything look janky. Because I am only one person. I am only one person that's already trying to get a shit ton done. And I don't even, I think that's got, yeah, that is not, that could be, the one time, that could be straighter. Insert gay joke here. Let me just, don't need to put that in a separate layer. Then I will out. That is still not. Okay, you know what we need to do? You know what we need to do? I know what we need to do. Just delete that layer. And we are going to do this as a guide. So that way we can actually set up another line here. We're going to do a small little, so that it turns into a T. Then we're going to do a little diamond shape that goes back into his hand and meets back up here. I'm going to have to shift this over to the left a little bit, and that's okay. And then the little, okay, just trust the process, guys. Trust the process is what I try to tell myself every single time. It's not going to be perfect, but like you guys get the shape ideas. I could have done a symmetry ruler. I'm too lazy to do a symmetry ruler, so we're doing it the hard way. Okay, that's better. And see, like, it's painless. It's painless. All of this is painless. I don't have to I don't have to scare myself. Thumb is what goes over, so are the fingers. I am going to have to move this over a little bit. I should have. I'm gonna erase after we move everything over. I can remove that. And then we can move, what can we move? We can move this a little more inward. I'm gonna rotate it a little bit. And go with that. And then we pretty much just erase so that his thumb is on top. And so is his finger up here. And his hand. And then his sleeve. I thought it looked weird, but that was just the way his hand's holding it. Okay, so I'm calling Xavier done, and I still need to work on Caleb. I'm going to go ahead and get started on coloring in both of them, and I'm going to ignore the fact that I do not have Caleb's hands yet because I still do not have the mental capacity to draw hands. So we're going to ignore Caleb's hands as a current issue, and we'll just go ahead, get started on coloring at the very least, and your friend Steve. And now I'm thinking about Candriel, so my somebody like please rein my brain back in. I don't know what it's doing right now. Like, do I have control over this thing at any point in time? Nope, nope, I do not. My brain does whatever it wants, and I'm just here for the ride, and whatever happens, happens. And this is the thing I love about the Chibis. They're relatively easy to color in because one large area is two thick lines, so I don't have to really tread as carefully when I do the lasso tool to color in. And part of the reason I do the lasso tool is because you could get like more precise coloring, and I used to do the frantic coloring way back when until I found the lasso tool, and in my opinion, it's much nicer to the nibs, especially because I am heavy-handed. But surprisingly, for somebody who is heavy-handed, like I don't go through my nibs all too quickly. Like especially for like I very rarely have to order new drawing nibs. And like pretty much the nibs that I get with the drawing tablet is pretty much enough to last me the lifetime of the tablet. And you're got the nth time I still need to plug in because I'm thinking of retiring this tablet. I already have another one to replace it. So I'm thinking of retiring it. But I just can't I just haven't, because the thing is I need to reinstall the drivers. Like uninstall the driver for this tablet and then install the new driver. And every single time I think about doing it, I'm just like, nah, tomorrow. We'll do it some other day. Because I do have a new tablet that I want to, like, I just have it. And I probably should have used it sooner just to make sure it's working 100, like, A-okay. But I don't know. It's just the thought of reinstalling the drivers and my brain's like, I don't want to do it. I don't. So I put it off. Same thing with the mic. Like I still need to give the mic a try. Like I'm pretty sure I'm past the return date on that thing. But it's like I tell myself I'm gonna do it this weekend. No, it doesn't happen. I'm gonna do it this weekend. It doesn't happen. I should really just stop lying to myself at this point. And then his mask is silver, right? Yes, it is. I'm gonna do at least like a little bit of a darker. I still need to draw in Caleb's wing things. Again, my brain is just all over the place this evening. Don't mind it. I forgot to draw the skin of his forehead. My brain really, like, my brain took that in a completely different direction. Dear Lord. It's like, I feel sorry for whoever has to spend time with me. But then it's like, they suffer nothing compared to what I have to deal with in myself. And your friend, Steve. To Steve. I need to draw in the skin. Brain, can we please rein it in? Jesus. Yeah, my internal monologue right now is just all over the place. And I'm surprised it isn't vocalized. Like, I don't know. Whatever filter I have that doesn't let my inside thoughts go out unfiltered, like, really is it deserves a raise sometimes. I always thought Xavier just had gray hair, but I think he's more of like an ash blonde, if that's the right color for it. That's outside the line. Suka's an ash blonde. I want the eraser, not that. Ash blonde. I made Declan an ash blonde. Friend Steve. Okay. I think I'm gonna go stream for a little bit longer. I think the goal for tonight is just to get the coloring done on both of them, and then throughout the week I can work on rendering because I do want to wrap these up before the weekends because I do want to push these forward and get these ready to send to a manufacturer. And I took the week off work, but it's one of those things that like in your head, you're thinking, oh, you're going to get all of this done. But then when you sit down and you're hit with reality, the actual speed you work at, and then all like what it actually takes to get things done, like I overestimate what I can do in the time that I have. And it's just like, I'm just such a bad estimate for how long things take. I'm just like, yeah, I could get that done within a day. It's like, nope, it takes me 3 days. And even like with focused work time, like even if I don't get distracted, not to mention like audiobooks have been a great help with keeping me on track with things. Like right now, that is what makes my ears happy. And I don't know if anyone has this, it's just like you have to have the right sort of audio or background sounds to be playing in the background for you to properly focus. Because sometimes it's like music doesn't hit. Other times I'll listen to like ASMR packing videos and then that doesn't work. Sometimes I'll listen to cafe vlogs. Like it's like different seasons. Like my ears require different things at different times. And like it gets bored of one thing eventually, and then I have to find a new thing, and then it takes me a hot minute to find a new thing that makes like my brain like, okay, yeah, we can focus here. Sometimes it's repeated music, other times I'm just like, no, I don't want music. And the funny thing is, like, I've actually admitted to my coworkers, it's just like lo-fi does not work with me. And I was talking to a coworker one time, and he was like, oh, you should listen to this because it's just very calming, it's very soothing. And I was honest with him. I told him that is not going to help me. That's actually going to keep me more distracted because it's just like I need high BPM music in order to focus. So it's like EDM, electronic music, rock, alternative, sometimes metal will help keep me concentrated, which is funny. Or just like, I don't know, it's weird. I'm weird. And then other times it's like I'll listen to paranormal investigations while I'm working. And I made a joke to my coworkers like, yeah, I, back when we were teleworking, because I would watch paranormal investigations, I'm just like, I would work to the sounds of men screaming. So yeah, I miss working from home. I genuinely do. Like, if I had the luxury, because I took the week off work this week so that I could focus on getting a few things done for like my business. And the, yeah, just to focus on a few tasks for my business. And it's one of those things like whenever I do so like, and I'm thankful I have the luxury to do it like this too, that sometimes I'll take a week off work just so that I can work on business, on like my small business. And I'm thankful that I'm in a position that I can do that. Um, but it's also one of those things that it makes me realize just how badly I want to quit my job sometimes and just focus on this full time. My business right now, as it stands, is not in a position where I can just do that without looking back. Like, financially, it's not in a position where it's sustaining itself. Oh, gosh, I got confused. What is that? No, that's fine. This needs to be white, though. That is not white. And it's one of those things, like, I am thankful that I have the luxury to take a week off work without being too worried about it. And the only problem with it though is that it makes me realize like just how badly I just want to do this full time, just flat out quit my job and do this. But as it stands, my small business is not in a position where it can sustain itself just yet. So like it hurts, but I also need to hold on to this job just a little bit longer until like this can become a full-time thing. But like, if I'm being honest though, it's just it's one of those things that like it makes you very antsy because it's just like you realize what like you can put your ideal day into practice. And the more I realize like I really do not want to stick around at a desk job the rest of my life. Like I'd rather be doing product design, I'd rather be drawing, I'd rather be crocheting, thinking up like table displays, planning for conventions, planning for markets, inventory, packaging orders, like things like I'm not the best business minded person in general, but like I would much rather do like the grueling tasks and needed to run a business than have to do my 9 to 5, to be completely honest. But until then, I'm going to have to just bear with it and hold on just a little bit longer. Gosh, Xavier, you have a lot of different folds going on, my man. But yeah, it's one of like the difficult things about weeks like this is because I know what I would love to do with my time full time, but it's just not in a position yet. And sometimes I do get a little bit on the antsy side because I wish we were in that position already, but that's going to take time to really build out. But for the meantime, it's going to just be working both jobs and doing the sacrifices needed in order to get this on its feet while still being able to provide for myself. We'll get there one day. We'll get there. But yeah, like I will not lie, it does get difficult whenever I think of like this is what I'd much rather be doing. What do you mean next Monday? I need to wake up, clock in, and just get back to that like grueling work I have. And the thing is, it's like it's one of those things that like I don't hate my job. I do enjoy the work that I do. I'm pretty sure I fucked this part up already. I am so confused right now. I made a mistake. Yeah, because there's a part of the jacket. I think I make a mistake. I don't think this extends here. There's like another piece of jacket, and then along with a blue sash. Xavier, your outfit. It should be an easy fix. I just need to put down lines and okay, no, that's not. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do correction layer. And from here, and then I think it's gonna be like a line down here. And then right down here. And then that's the pen. That line can, no, that line needs to stay because that's part of the little, just gonna do a little cleaning down here, just not too much though. And okay, God. The weather's warming up, and we've been getting a lot of very different bugs compared to other years this year, and I hate it because they keep coming inside. There we go. I think that's what it needs to be. And then you have the little sash thing here. Which that probably does need a little bit of Okay. I think that's what it's supposed to do. I don't know. His outfit confuses me so much. Too many lines. It's too many lines. This actually needs to back it up a little bit. Xavier, what the? I think. I think. Well, that's gonna be white anyway. I want to work on Caleb. Caleb's outfit is nicer. Or at least nicer to me. See, I can figure out a mecha suit just fine. But I can't figure out Xavier's outfits. Like, someone please save me. And wrong tool. Like, all of this should be white. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do this. And then we're just gonna erase. Because I think it would just be easier to erase the insides than to try to trace around them. Work smarter, not harder. Okay. That is supposed to be white. That underside is also white. That's going to be line art. That's going to be the blue sash. Oh, Xavier, what is your arm going to be doing? Oh, it has an opening from the back. Thanks a lot, Xavier. I think I finally put this. I don't know what this layer does. Oh, that's a sword. Okay. So, Xavier, you got more lines, buddy. More lines I missed. Why are you like this? Why do you hate me? Him and Zane. I think him and Zane have, like, unnecessarily complicated outfits. And it's, again, I thought they were going to be relatively simple. I was wrong. And I'm sorry. I have suffered for my hubris. Now please be kinder to me. Am I even going to be able to get to Caleb today if I keep discovering new lines on Xavier? Me and your friend Steve. Do, Steve. Dude, you know what? I may as well do the white of the eyes while I'm here. Okay, so another tangent brain hopped on. Because sometimes I see like people say that we don't need a sixth LI in Love and Deep Space. But I feel like, because I was also thinking about Valkyrie Hearts while I was thinking about this, because Valkyrie Hearts has what? Lakenar, Shihan, Tyr, Ashen, Eric, Aaron, and Jago. I think it's 7 love interests. And Love and Deep Space barely only has 5. So, like, I personally, like, don't mind either which way. Like, if you keep feeding us new characters, I don't particularly mind. Like, I love seeing what new characters add to the dynamic or, like, feel of the universe. And I personally don't mind having another LI, but I also understand what people are saying in terms of spending, but at the same time, it's just like it's an Ultima game. Like it's kind of expected that they'll add on to the cast eventually. But I'm kind of like whatever tangent my brain was chasing just now, it lost it. But something. Did I make that? I made that. Jesus Christ. I may just have to like call it quits and just admit that I'm done for the evening and call it quits. But I don't want to because I really want to get them colored in before tomorrow. Because I was supposed to work on them a little bit today, but I got caught up trying to finish Nessie. For the love of God. But anyway, LIs. So for me, like, if you're familiar with Ultima games, like, I don't know, I just feel like it's a given that they'll eventually add more characters to the cast. And it's not really much of a big deal. Like, I understand people if they're worried about spending and having more characters to spend on. In my opinion, unless you're a whale, like, it would be a good. And I will say this is the one thing I wish Love and Deep Space could do better, is actually announce banners way ahead of time. That way people can actually plan and decide which ones they want to invest in so that it doesn't really come as a blindside and people don't feel like, oh, I never have enough diamonds. Because IDV does showcases where they'll literally give you the roadmap for the year. And like you'll know what's coming in and what you'll want to save on. So like they give you the ability to kind of just plan ahead, which is one thing I appreciate. So that you're not caught off guard by the banner or like by the essences, or like you have an idea of what to expect throughout the year and roughly when it's going to come in. So I wish Love and Deep Space actually did something closer to that, where they put in the effort to actually give us the schedule. That way, like it'll help people actually save their diamonds and actually partition them in a way that's more responsible, in a way like I understand from a business perspective why they want to keep it kind of like a surprise, a mystery, and it helps build, I guess in a way it does help build hype. But at the same time, like the predictions are nice because they kind of help in a way. So that like, but at the same time they're also predictions. They're not definitive. Like you could get predictions wrong. And we kind of saw that happen when people were expecting a Greek mythology banner and we ended up getting Catch 22 instead. And God, I remember when that banner came out. Broke my no spending streak too. But I digress. And I guess I think I kind of just want something like very similar to how IDV manages. Oh, for the love of God, that's part of the sleeve. Okay. Thank God I only drew in one hand. That was a very deliberate choice. I did not want to draw two hands on this one for some reason. Like, I made the decision very early on that Xavier was only going to have one hand visible, and I'm so glad I did that. Because what do you mean this is part of the sleeve? I guess I should keep it like that, because there is the element of the buckle as well. Do I want to draw in that buckle? God damn it, Xavier. Stop being mean to me. Yeah, I'm just gonna draw in awkward ovals and just gonna draw, yeah, we'll just draw in an awkward oval. It's the small things. It's always the small things. But yeah, I wish lads would do a better job at giving users a schedule, and I think It'll help people plan better, so they're not. Then give them like a better roadmap, I think, would be very helpful. Trying to erase, not erasing because it's not erasing. But yeah, I just think it would be very helpful. In a way, I kind of get it because, like, instead of just dropping everything at once, it helps keep hype around the game. Like, from a business perspective, I get it because it helps keep hype. Because you never know what's coming next. You're always waiting on the edge of your seat, waiting for what's next. Versus, like, the way IDV does it, I don't think they announce everything, but they give you teasers enough to keep you. They give you teasers enough to keep you hanging around the game long enough. And I guess it also does help that they do crossovers as well. Xavier, where are your feet? I think his shoes are white. They are white. But yeah, like, especially around Koa time, you get a lot of announcements. And sometimes the announcements just drop like, and I think I need to make that line. You know what? I should probably just call it quits and just admit to myself that I think I'm at my limit for the evening. I think I just need to come to that. I need to come to that realization before I do something stupid to these drawings. Because that's what I was referring to. Okay. Before I do something stupid, I think because I do still need to make the whip. Well, I could make the whip Wednesday post closer to the afternoon when I have both of them colored in. So I think I'll do that instead. I think I'm going to stop here before I do something stupid and something I'll end up needing to redo at a later time. But for now, this is Xavier. Part of me still feels like his lines aren't thick enough. Unfortunately, not able to get to Caleb. I still need to draw on Caleb's hands, but that's okay. So I'm going to work on this some more offline. And yeah, before I do anything stupid, I'm going to call it here because I'm noticing smaller details the more I color in Xavier that I kind of missed. And given how small scale the Chibis tend to be, like, I don't know if, yeah. I think, yeah, I'll call it there. I'll call it there. So thank you everybody for joining me during the stream, and I'll talk to you guys. And oh gosh, yeah, exhaustion and tiredness is setting in. It's almost time for bed. So anyway, thank you everyone for joining today, and I will see you next time. Have a good night.